I quit my job, a job that improved me, that made me a better person, that made me stronger physically. And the reason will surprise you. My name is Chosen Elevates. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into the video. When I first quit this job, I felt horrible. I felt kind of sad. I met so many people, and all these people were rooting for me. And you might wonder, what did you do? What was your job? And it's complicated. My job is or was a recovery person and a personal trainer. But the crazy thing is, I was both positions at the same time. So check it out, right? Check me out. So basically what happened was I wanted to be a personal trainer. However, the manager hired me as a recovery agent, which is basically, it's not even called a recovery agent. I just forgot the name of the position. However, I work in the recovery room. I help with the hydro bed, the cryo, which is that very cold room, appointments, and just really help people with their needs. And I was selling cells, which makes no sense. I was making cells, for the company, making the money. And before I say like the quitting, I need to take you back what happened initially, right? So at this time, I didn't have a job because I'm a substitute teacher. However, if you're not there, you don't get paid, right? So there's no PTO, there's nothing. So there was a time where August to May, you work. June, maybe there's one day, but June, July, and part of August, you don't work. So during that time, I needed some income, which is where the gym came along. And the crazy part is I got the gym job in May-ish, close to when the substitute job was about to end temporarily. And the crazy part is, I know I say crazy so many times, is that in February, I was trying to get the job. I actually interviewed the job in like February, and you need your certification to be a personal trainer. And I got my certification, and then he gave me a 30-day free membership because he wanted me to be more confident. Because in the interview, he said, I was nervous, and he said, oh, so I need my certification, which was obvious. Obviously, I need my certification. I got my NASM CPT, and then I finished the 30-day, and I didn't get the job. I thanked him. I tried again a month. I kept going to him. Eventually, he gave me the job. I was grateful, thinking I got the job. And then a month later, I wanted to really go into personal training. I was making sales. He told me I have to make sales to be a personal trainer. So I started making sales. And then I had to I proved to him that I can be a personal trainer because I got 1 cell, 2 cells, 3 cells. And then my downfall came. I couldn't get sales. I couldn't get sales as a personal trainer. So I told him, can I just be recovery? And then this is where the complicated part came, right? So basically, I became recovery. However, recovery was not something I wanted to do. My heart wasn't into recovery at all. It was something that I was doing so I could be a personal trainer. And the more I did it, the more tired of it I got, right? I just didn't like it. And I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed speaking to people. It did make me a confident person. But I didn't quit because I didn't like it. There was actually a reason. And I actually quit the day the manager spoke to me. And before I speak to that, I just want to say during that time, I just really found myself. I found what I really wanted to do. It was important. It was a part of this long journey that I'm going through. And I realized do I really want to be in the gym? Do I really want to work at the gym job? And I'm 21 years old, right? I'm not 27. I'm not 28. I needed a career that was sustainable, and I seen the managers having to work a lot, and the pay wasn't too well, and the people that were actually making were really the managers, right? And the thing with this is that yes, they were making, but it's depending on their sales, if you can sell. So if I have a bad month, I won't make as much. If I have a good month, I will make more. As you know, that's how sales go. It depends if you can sell. And that's only if you get manager. But I realized to get manager, you have to work years, and the people have to like you. And if they don't like you, you won't get it. And then nothing, it's not guaranteed you'll get it in 3 years. It can take you 5 years. And at the end of the day, I just feel like, me personally, this is my opinion. I'm not saying, oh, this is straight facts, that you're easily disposable. Like, they can fire you at any time. They can, they never fired me or they never wrote me up. But it just was to the point where I'm like, man, I can do better. I actually wanted to become like a doctor, and that's why it kind of opened my eyes, because whether I be it, I don't know if I'll ever be one, but obviously I'm studying. However, I realized that the gym wasn't propelling me forward, and I was there for the wrong reasons. And it was nice having a free gym membership. It was nice. Like I said, I just felt like this person. I felt cool. I was saying hi to everybody, and I was knowing people and conversations, and actually hung out with someone that I knew from the gym, and it was cool. And I actually started dressing well after. One of the managers helped me. I'm really grateful for him. He actually helped me, like, overall outside of the work, and gave me advice that I am using, and it actually improved me. I actually just got some clothes. I had to kind of change my wardrobe a little bit, because the clothes I was wearing wasn't it, y'all. It wasn't it. I don't even wear a short. Like, the clothes I'm giving away, and yeah, it wasn't. I don't even want to say it. You're going to be like, what? You were wearing that? I didn't even know I had to look good to go to the gym. I didn't know there was some type of, like, wear or drip that you have to have, or you could have, to look cool. But now, like, yo, I dress something that looks cool. You know, it's normal, but it's like I had gym shoes, and I had gym shorts, and I had shirts. Before, I didn't have gym shorts. I had like some long shorts, and I didn't have gym shoes. So first of all, it didn't help me with the machines. And second, I didn't even look like I was going to the gym. It looked like I was just in my house, just chilling. So yeah, so basically, yeah, so the day that I quit, it was sad, kind of. It was kind of unexpected. I know I would have to quit one day, but I didn't know it would have been this soon. So I went to the gym one time, and I was working out. The manager texted me, this person is not gonna show up. Did this person ask to cover? I said, yeah, this person asked to cover. And I said, no, I can't do it. She saw me at the gym, and she's like, I see you at the gym, but are you not gonna work, or are you not going to help us out? And the thing is that wasn't my shift, right? It wasn't my shift. And whether I cover or not, it's not my responsibility to cover people's shifts. You know what's crazy? I covered a lot of people's shifts, and I think maybe 2 weeks prior to that, I worked close to the full week, and then I worked 2 days after that. And since someone kept calling off, and I was at the gym, she saw me at the gym, and I couldn't cover, she called me out on it. And I'm like, hold up. If I'm working out at the gym, that will make me a personal trainer. I'll become bigger. And I'm not covering the shift because I have priorities to do. That makes no sense. It's not my responsibility to, oh, you're not gonna be there, bro. I got you, bro. I'm gonna cover your shift. I'm gonna cover your shift. That's not my responsibility. If I'm not on the schedule, my name shouldn't even be brung up, right? It shouldn't be brung up at the end of the day because there's reasons. I'm not just sleeping. I'm not just, I got stuff to do. There's times where I need to work. I need the money. There's times where I want to help out. But that week and the next week, I'm like, if I'm not on the schedule, then I'm not. Plus, I also had this other job, and I'm like, I just came from my other job, and I didn't want to work more because I already had the money that I need, and also I was really exhausted. And the reason I went to the gym is because the gym just helps give me some relief. My body feels good, and I feel good overall. When she called me out, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna quit. That's actually my sign. You came up to me, you're mad, right? She missed someone's engagement or some event, and I'm sorry to hear that, but putting your anger on me is what caused me to quit, right? Because I'm like, if you're feeling some type of way, there's no way I'm gonna stay here because I don't want this. I don't want to feel. And then it messed up my whole gym mood. Like I couldn't even work out. I couldn't even do the gym because I felt some type of way. And it made the workout hard. And then I made a decision. I didn't want to say it in her face because I felt bad. I was going to say I quit, but I waited until I walked out, and then I'm like, I quit. And I quit. And did I like the feeling of quitting? No, I felt sad. And then I got the gym membership next day at gym. And she even told me, oh, if you're going to take advantage of the gym, go get your own gym membership. Okay, I did exactly what she told me. I got my own gym membership here. And I actually want to go to the gym. I actually want to go to that specific gym. But then I'm going to have to see the familiar faces. And just feel like you shouldn't come at me like that, right? Just because you see me doesn't mean I'm necessarily available. So that's the thing, y'all. And like I said, this gym job helped me grow. It helped me as a person. But at the same time, it wasn't helping me get into the goal that I really wanted. I actually did want to do personal training. I actually did want to, experience that, help people. I was doing that and I actually enjoyed it. However, I personally looked at that as a sign that maybe, bro, this is not a job for you. After she said that, I was gone. But if she didn't, the crazy part is, if she didn't come to me in that way, in that manner, I would have still been in that job. And I wouldn't have been making this video. I would be in the job working, making money, working at nighttime. But okay, all right, I'm currently working this other job, and maybe it was better. Maybe, that door happened and then another door opened, and that's what I think, you all. And if you need to quit a job, make sure to weigh the pros and cons. And is it worth it? In my case, it was worth it. It wasn't worth the stress. And it just, y'all, overall, it wasn't worth it. At least for me. I know everyone is different. However, if I was in the personal training route, yes, it is worth it. Personal training is, but the recovery, it's a terminal position. Like, there's no going up unless you want to become a manager in that department. But if I didn't like that department, I wouldn't want to become a manager in that department, right? Maybe personal training, yes. right? You have higher income potential. You can, even if, let's say you're doing it at the gym and then you want to put it somewhere else, you can make it online. I was actually thinking of doing personal training online, but I didn't. And the reason being is because I didn't have the physique and I looked young. As a 21-year-old who looks young, who doesn't really have the physique, my physique is more lean physique. You wouldn't really know I work out unless like you see my physique or you see me at the gym. You wouldn't really, and it really affected me, y'all.